Yo.
Your existing mortgage or buying a home, letting you understand all the details so you can be confident you're getting the right mortgage. Get mortgage.
Oh, that's speed. It's not volume.
Slash
That's interesting.
to audible.com/American.
Not know it did
or
that.
text American to 500 500.
So you think about this a lot? I got sad about it on the train again this morning. It comes at totally like random moments, you know.
That's David Kestenbaum, one of the producers of our program. And to understand what he's been sad about, I think it's not going to make any sense unless you know that he's a physicist. Like, he has a PhD in particle physics. He was on one of the teams that discovered the top quark at Fermilab back in the 90s, before he became a journalist. So he thinks like a scientist. And he recently stumbled across a story he'd never heard before about Enrico Fermi, the physicist that Fermilab's actually named for.
So the story goes that this is 1950. Fermi's visiting Los Alamos.
Los Alamos, where they developed the atomic bomb.
Yeah. And they're sitting around at lunch. It's Fermi and a handful of other physicists. And they start talking about extraterrestrials.
One of the scientists who was there remembers that they talked about some New Yorker cartoon, which had flying saucers and cheerful aliens stealing our trash cans. They joked about it.
And then kind of out of nowhere, Fermi says something like, so where are they?
Meaning,
The aliens.
and did people know what he meant?
Yeah, somehow everybody knew exactly what he meant. The idea was basically that, like, the galaxy is this huge place, right? Hundreds of billions of stars. It's been around for billions of years. If you believe that intelligent life is something that just arises given enough time, where is everybody? Like, there have been billions of years where civilizations could have developed and been way more advanced than we are, and traveled from star to star, sent signals or something. Where are they? If that's right, where are they?
This question became known as the Fermi paradox, which goes like this. If it's so likely that intelligent life exists elsewhere, where is it?
Oh, it's This American Life. Not sure if it's a new one or not.
Why hasn't anybody shown up? Of course, the simple answer to that would be nobody else exists.
And I had never thought, like, it made me think, maybe we're alone. Like, I really thought that. Yeah, it made me really sad. Like, I'd never thought about it seriously. I had always assumed that life was everywhere. But he's making a really serious point here. Like, he's raising a tough question.
So for months now, when David's brushing his teeth or doing nothing in particular, it'll hit him again. Maybe we're alone in the universe. Like,
Doesn't seem to
it's
be
more
loud
like
enough.
train.
The specific thought I was having was that this would mean that there's nobody out there who knows more than we do. Like, about science, about, they know better songs, they know better books. Like, this is it. You know?
Yeah?
Like, what we know is it. Like, what we are is it.
But why is your response to this sadness?
Why is your response not sadness? Like, that, of course that's sad.
This whole thing reminds me of just a really, really old Woody Allen movie. It might be Annie Hall, where there's a scene of him as a kid, and he's saying to some adult, like, she's saying, why didn't you do your homework? Something like that. And he's like, well, because the universe is expanding. And then the adult is like, why is that any of your business? And, like, that's my question for you. Like, why is it any of your business?
Oh, I totally read that the other way. I was like, he's making a serious point. Why is no one listening to him?
Oh.
See, that's the problem. Like, I'm in his shoes, and I'm not making a joke. I feel like if you were able to really...
Oh, that was a bad idea. Oh no, somebody already went in here. Took all the stuff. This has not gone well. Do they know I'm up here? I don't know. Probably. It's more of a sports bra than a corset, but that's how the game describes it anyway. So it's not going super well. Who's that guy shooting at? Me? Is he just shooting at the car? Hmm. Was in what? Oh, there he is. He's all the way over there. Interesting. Unless there are two people here and they're having a shootout. Not entirely sure. Um... Hmm. Slightly confused by what's going on. But nobody's been through here yet. Oh, there were two people here. Interesting. Where's the dead one? Oh, he's all the way over there now. Pretty sure they went through all this stuff. Now they're in that house. Well, that didn't work.
You imagine, and it would make you sad.
Oh, really?
Yeah. When you look up at the stars, like, do you think about what they are? And the distances and stuff? And all that?
No, not in a deep way.
I mean, it's so easy not to feel anything. But, like, it's a crazy thing you're looking at. Just like how small we are and how big it is.
David tried to explain the feeling that he was having to me in a bunch of different ways. And the explanation that made the most sense to me was when he told me that he'd been looking at videos with his 5-year-old son, Augie, who's really into space. Videos of the Apollo moon missions with astronauts, happily bouncing around on the lunar surface and driving in that moon buggy they had. And David found himself just looking at where they were. Like really looking at the moon.
Oh, look how dead it is. There's nothing there. The moon is just this dusty, awful rock. And what if it's like that everywhere? Liquid methane oceans and whatever, rocks, or but no life at all. Like, what if that's the rest of the galaxy? Space just seemed like some horrible, awful, dangerous place to me.
I see that. That there's no hope. It's just death out there.
There's a lot of pressure if we're the only thing going on. Like, it's a lonely thought.
I first found out that David was thinking about all this at our staff story meeting a couple weeks ago. And I'll be honest, when he told everybody that he was upset about the Fermi paradox, we all laughed at him. Like, okay, that's what's upsetting you? Which he gets, but, it doesn't help him.
I can't find anyone to really talk it through with.
Because none of us took it seriously.
Yeah, I feel like when I say it, people are like, yeah, I don't know. Or I always thought that. Or, the thing that bugs me about it is, like, he's making a real scientific argument. Like, I wanted to talk through the science of it with somebody. It's not just a, what do you think? I bet you they're there. I bet you they're not there. Like, he's, like, making a physics point,
But today on our radio program, stories from the one civilization we know does exist. Stories of people who head out on missions here on our own planet to vanquish their own loneliness. We hear from a 9-year-old girl, a married couple, and of course David. WBEZ Chicago, it's This American Life. Stay with us. Back one. I think we're alone now. So, none of us would satisfyingly engage our coworker David Kestenbaum about Fermi's paradox. He needed a physicist to talk to help him figure out what to think. So he went to talk to one of his old physics professors from when he got his PhD at Harvard. Her name is Melissa Franklin. Her specialty is particle physics. Here's what happened.
I went to see Melissa because I figured for sure she would understand. When I was a student, I'd go to her with physics problems.
Seems empty. Hoping nobody gets on that motorcycle up there. Excuse me. Oh. Apparently there was a truck back there I missed. Oh well. Nope. Still there.
But also life problems. Arguably, this was both. So, there's this thing that's been bugging me. And every time I tell people about it, they just laugh.
Okay, I'm laughing first.
Do you know what the Fermi paradox is? I told her the story about Fermi at lunch. And his question, where is everybody? We talk about these things all the time, like, casually or just like over beers or coffee, and it's all kind of a joke. But it felt really serious.
I don't think, honestly, you say that we talk about these things all the time over beer, but I don't think people actually do. They think about extraterrestrials. We think about what messages. I've thought for hours about what messages they would send, what messages I would send, how to communicate with them. But it actually, until you walked in here today, I'd never thought maybe there weren't any.
Honestly, I was feeling a little choked up when I got to the part about how I'd been thinking he might be alone. I thought she would be sympathetic, but she kind of rolled her eyes, just like everybody else.
Oh, I mean, there's so... look, compared to seeing all the polar bears die. This is not sad. So here the point is there were polar bears and now there aren't any. And there was never anybody and we're sad. There's still nobody there.
I guess I get that it's a weird kind of sadness, but like it's a real thing I feel.
I know you feel that, and I know you can feel that. But what do you feel about the polar bear?
This was something I.
Whoops. We'll never know what he feels about the polar bears, I guess. Fine, I guess I'll take this stupid thing. I don't know if I've ever seen anybody get a crossbow kill in this. Like, I'm sure it's happened, but never really noticed. Wait, what is that? Oh, doorknob. Nope. God, did everybody just like drop their backpack down here or what? Oh, the yellow health is like additional stamina. So if you have more, or if you have like any amount of yellow bar, you're recovering life. And if you get enough yellow bar, it increases your running speed. I think once you get it like 2/3 across or something. The equivalent of like 2 energy drinks. So it's not really armor, it's just additional stamina recovery stuff. You fool. Giving the wrong answer. You have brought shame upon your family. They thought you were going to be the one to bring home the chicken dinner, and it's just simply not in the cards for you anymore. Sorry. Knowing what I know about you now, I mean, I can't in good faith ever give you that chicken dinner. Throw this thing out. Oh, wait. Oh, crap. Wait, where'd the scope go? Was it on this? I had a 4x scope. Did I drop it? Did I just never pick it up? Okay, there's one right here. I guess it's not a huge deal, but I absolutely had a scope and I think I lost it. Or maybe never picked it up. Huh. Oh, I put it on the crossbow. That would make sense. Oh, well. That's fine. Found a replacement fast enough. What is that? Is that for the sniper thingy? Yeah, it is. Get up there. Take the grenade, I guess. I have a lot of those. 3. Does Fortnite or whatever have any sort of like novelty victory name? Like how this has chicken dinners and everyone is all into that as a joke? Or is Fortnite just like, you win? Oh, SKS. I will take that. Do I need the SKS and the mini? No, I don't. I prefer this to the mini, though. Yeah, you're a winner. Big Rigs Battle Royale Racing. God, now I need ammo for this thing. Did I go in there? I think I did. Level 3 backpack, but it sticks up too much. I don't need to carry that much stuff. Never gonna use this much ammo. Okay, I don't need that many band-aids. Take that. Have a pen. Oh. This is probably unnecessary, but I guess while I'm here, I might as well do it. Okay, take that off that, take that off that, swap that with that, put that on, and that on. Oh, God.
I also felt very alone in my
Well, that happened.
worrying about it, you know? Yeah, like I would say to my wife, you know, I was thinking again today, like we might be alone in the universe. And she's like, I know, sweetie.
I know, sweetie. That's really nice.
Like, just think about it for real. Like, for real, not just as a like, hey, what are the odds we're alone or this or that? Like, for real, like, because it might be true.
Yeah. Do you think it's really hard? Maybe you're just having, like, college thoughts when you're 45.
Feels like the Twitch delay is real bad today, at least versus like the 2 seconds it
But
used
then we
to
got
be.
down to it. The thing that I'd come for. Melissa started doing this thing that I'd forgotten physicists sometimes do when you ask a question. They ask you more questions. What exactly do you mean by being alone? Let's properly define the question here. You're talking about no intelligent life or no life at all?
2 seconds.
What if
alright.
there's one crappy plant on another planet? How would you feel about that? What if advanced life like us is just a mathematical improbability? A total fluke?
And then you would say, okay, if that's the case, I have to believe in God. So that's what you're saying.
How many physicists do you know who believe in God?
6.
I don't think Fermi thought we were alone. And Melissa didn't think we were alone either. Come on, she said. There are lots of possible explanations for why we haven't found intelligent life. It doesn't have to be that we're alone. She ran through some of them with me.
Okay, here we go.
There are lists of them
Hypothetical
online that
explanations.
scientists and other people have come up with. I have to say, they were not encouraging. For example, maybe other life has arisen, but just not intelligent life. In other words, there are microbes, but nothing else, which would be a bummer. The next one's a bummer, too.
It's the nature of intelligent life to destroy itself. That's really sad. If that was the reason, that would be really sad.
Let me remind you that Fermi, when he asked this question, was at Los Alamos. They just built the first atomic bombs. They were about to build the first hydrogen bombs, which would be thousands of times more powerful. That leads us nicely to the next possibility.
It is the nature of intelligent life to destroy others. That would also be sad.
Another possible explanation was called the inflation hypothesis and the Youngness argument. Neither of us could understand the physics of that one. Something to do with synchronous gauge probability distribution. This one made sense, though.
Everyone is listening, no one is transmitting. Yeah, I guess it takes less energy to listen than to transmit.
Oh, that's a good point.
Yeah.
Then there is the zoo hypothesis. Basically, that aliens have left us alone, undisturbed, as a kind of intergalactic nature preserve. Or this one, aliens are here right now. We just haven't figured it out. Melissa liked that one.
I mean, they could maybe, how would we know if cockroaches are alien or not?
I mean, they have DNA. They seem very much like part of our family tree.
But maybe they make themselves seem like our family tree in order to live here. Because, how could they live here if they weren't?
Be serious for a second.
I can't believe that you get to decide what's serious. You are so wrong. You go, oh, stop.
Done.
Oh, don't be silly. And you're the one bringing up the crazy thing that you're going to cry because there's no extraterrestrial intelligence. Okay. Here, let's go talk to Paul. I need to talk to Paul. I want to ask him now, actually.
Okay. Paul is Paul Harwitz. He's also a professor here. And conveniently, one of the pioneers behind the search for extraterrestrial life. He's been at it for decades. He did one of the early searches for extraterrestrial signals at the giant Arecibo Observatory. There's a photo of him and Carl Sagan and Steven Spielberg, Close Encounters, E.T., throwing the on switch for another telescope search for signals from other worlds. I know Paul because he taught one of my classes way back. He's 74 years old now.
Paul, we need your help.
Paul David Kesterman.
Hi.
I hadn't reached out to Paul originally because, honestly, I was intimidated. I was upset about the Fermi paradox. I figured he'd think that was silly. But now, here we were.
And it crossed my mind for the first time that we might be alone. And it made me really sad. That felt like a real thing.
Yeah.
Did you ever go for anything like that?
No, because I don't think we're alone.
You don't?
No, I think the Fermi paradox is.
What is the Fermi paradox? Ooh, spooky. To be continued next time I get in the car. Or die. One of the two. I've been doing a real bad job in this game recently. Poof.
serious question. I think there's probably some good answers. The unbounded time is a problem.
Maybe, he says, civilizations don't last long enough to figure out how to travel between stars. Maybe they last 10,000 years or 100,000 years. And maybe traveling through space is just too onerous, the vast distances.
Which is sad in its own way. But
Maybe civilizations live long enough to communicate with each other, he says. In which case, we could hear from them. We haven't been listening that long, just a few decades. And who knows? We may not be looking in the right way. Paul's been thinking about that problem.
it's interesting because just as you walked in, I'm working on a new scheme to do the entire sky all the time, looking for optical pulses. But you cannot dismiss the Fermi paradox.
Yeah.
The best you could do is kind of squirm, wave your hands, and say, there are some ways for you not to be sad.
Are there any physics things that make you sad like that?
Well, what really bothers me is what happens after you're dead. Is it just like you switch off the light and there's never anything ever again that you
Probably.
experience? Can that really be?
This is not a physics problem per se, though it is a problem. And you can think about it like a physicist.
I suppose there's some precedent for it because before you were born, there was nothing, right? But I have a hard time wrapping my mind around being dead. And that, and this probably becomes more of a problem when you get old because you realize that it's actually going to happen. That bothers me a lot more than the possibility that there's not other civilizations out there doing whatever they do.
It just bothers you.
Maybe-
You don't want to be dead, but you don't want to be alive forever.
Well, actually, if you're dead, you probably don't know you're dead. But I just can't imagine the state of being dead. It's easy to understand. Something dies, it's dead. But if it's you, that's not so easy because then there's nothing.
and it bothers you can't imagine it. Or it bothers you.
Easy for
guess.
me.
I guess.
Because you talk about this all the time.
Well, because I'm an old. I could die any minute now, right?
Okay.
Right. I'm sort of at the average age that everybody around me is dying at. Did I put the ad in twice?
Melissa and I went back to her office. Honestly, I do think that's part of my sadness about the Fermi paradox. I'm older now. My parents are getting older. I have kids. Questions that used to just seem philosophical, they feel very different now. Much more real.
Haven't you felt sad? Have you never felt? You never felt physics sad like that about something?
I'm kind of pissed off I get kind of sad at the speed of light.
Yeah.
Like, why is it so small? No, really, like compared to.
I know, most people think of the speed of light as pretty fast. But the galaxy's a big place. If we ever start text messaging with aliens, it's going to be a pretty big delay.
4 years to Alpha Centauri, right?
Yeah.
I mean, it just kind of sets a tone that's bad. It's just like a speed limit that you can't get over. Can we do something though? What is the Drake equation now?
Melissa and I sat down and did what we probably should have done from the start. The Drake equation is physicists' best attempt to calculate how many other civilizations are out there. It's quantitative to the extent that you can be quantitative about this question. Basically what Fermi might have been doing on a napkin or whatever at lunch all those years ago. Here you are, Raven. Great.
N equals R star times F sub P. Yeah.
On the left side of the equation is n. That's the number you're trying to count. How many
Oh,
advanced
god damn it.
are in the galaxy? To calculate n, there are a bunch of other numbers you have to multiply. You start with how often stars form in the galaxy, then what fraction of those stars have planets around them. We actually have data on this. Then you need the odds of life evolving, which happen pretty quickly here. The odds of intelligent life developing, and finally, how long you think civilizations last. The result? How many advanced civilizations might there be in the galaxy? 156 million.
In the galaxy.
Yeah, we got it.
That's crazy.
It made me feel great that might be true. But then Melissa kept reading. Oh, she says, there's a different answer you get. if you tweak the numbers a bit based on how likely you think it is for life to evolve, etc. In that case, the number of intelligent civilizations goes way down.
As an example of a low estimate, combining NASA's star formation rates, the rare Earth hypothesis, Mayer's view on intelligence, Drake's view of communication, and Shermer's estimate of lifetime, the number of civilizations could be as low as 9.1 times 10 to the minus 12.
What? What's the number?
9 times 10 to the minus 11. In other words, 0.00000, basically zero.
Zero. I.e. suggesting that we are probably alone in this galaxy and possibly in the observable universe.
The physicist term for this is that the problem is poorly constrained. Meaning, basically, we have no idea. There could be 156 million.
Actually, let's just do this instead. Okay, I think I'm pretty far from the circle. I'm pretty far from the drop zone. I really doubt anybody's gonna bother to come all the way over here. There we go. Don't need that. Seems like these houses generally suck. On average, there's never anything particularly exciting in here. Is that an extended mag? Probably is. Yes. Did I not go up here? This all looks familiar. I think I missed the painkillers, but that's alright. I already have a few. God, all these guns are bad. Aye. Hope you had a good gun. Yeah, I guess. Better than what I was going to have had. Not enough space. Okay, well, we don't need this. We don't need this. We don't need this. We need that. We need that. Probably don't need a 3x. Oh, rose tinted glasses. And a beach shirt. Not enough space. What don't I need? I don't need 2 of these. And he dropped off an escape vehicle. Very thoughtful. Would be nice if I had a sniper thing though. Need a UMP or something. That'd be good. 3x. Okay, yeah, I guess a vector's okay. Take that there, I'll put that on that. Oh, that's probably a lot more than I'm ever gonna use. That's pretty far. Okay, I guess that's good enough for now. I don't need that. That guy left his bike here. But just so I don't accidentally die while driving it.
Million alien civilizations out there, or 0. Or somewhere in between. So the whole thing is kind of a Rorschach. I was worried about the possibility that n might be 0. Melissa?
What I'm worried about is it's 156 million, in which case we're probably screwed very soon, like any day now. Like, aliens are gonna come. 156 million in our galaxy.
I love that you're afraid at the other end.
Yeah, I am afraid of the other end. You should be too.
So I should sell it. The silence. The great silence.
Well, I think, we're in a good place now.
I hadn't thought about it that way until this very moment. But it's true. We haven't encountered some terrifying alien threats. And we haven't somehow proven we're alone. We don't know.
That's right. Yeah. We're in a sweet spot. We're not dead. And there's still hope.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, I feel good.
Okay, good. I'm glad.
I realize that is the least physicsy resolution to come to. That we should feel good not knowing the answer to some big question. But I do feel better. I think I turned the corner when we talked to Paul. Because Paul agreed that Fermi had posed a serious problem. But he'd looked it in the face. And he came out on the other side. Still believing intelligent life is out there.
Crap.
And looking for it. He probably won't hear any of it. But I think I'm okay with that. Maybe is better than no.
David kissed him down. What is this sound?
Yeah, so nature produces a lot of radio signals, and it's the vibrations of molecules and atoms that are in dust clouds and in stars and in galaxies.
Dan Wertheimer is the chief scientist at the SETI Research Center in Berkeley. SETI is the Search for Extraterrestrial Intelligence. He sent us this sound of data from one of the world's biggest radio telescopes, the Arecibo telescope in Puerto Rico, which points at stars, listening for signals sent by other intelligent life.
What we're listening for is a ee or ooh, we don't know what frequency, or maybe a bip, 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 bip. It might be buried. It might be a very weak kind of ee, but it'd be buried in this static that you hear when you point your telescope to the stars.
We've only just begun looking for other life. With all the radio frequencies we can search, we hope that fewer than 1%. In 40 years, Dan says, we have found nothing promising yet. Coming up, searching for intelligent life in your own marriage. That's in a minute from Chicago Public Radio when our program continues.
Support for This American Life comes from Rocket Mortgage by Quicken Loans. Rocket Mortgage is designed to give you the same level of confidence for buying a home as you already have for navigating your career and personal life. Rocket Mortgage is built to let you apply simply and understand all the details so you can mortgage confidently. To get started, go to rocketmortgage.com/American. Equal housing lender, licensed in all 50 states, NMLSconsumeraccess.org, number 3030. And from Audible. Audiobooks are a great sidekick for summer activities like hiking, sunbathing, running, road tripping, or enjoying downtime outdoors. And during this July only, Audible has a special offer for Amazon Prime members. So if you like to binge listen, you can begin to listen to series like Game of Thrones or Outlander and fill in your summer activities.
Does
and
Audible
downtime
ever not
with all
have
kinds
a
of
special
shows.
offer going?
To learn more, go to audible.com/America.
I feel like everyone could have gotten a 30-day free trial at like any given point in time.
This American Life in our class. Today's show, Fermi's Paradox. We have stories of people heading out on their own on a very personal quest to figure out, are we alone? We first broadcast the show a year ago. We've arrived at Act 2 of our program. Act 2. 2 can be as sad as 1. We're in the show about loneliness.
That was very obvious and also very dumb. But he doesn't seem to have noticed. Ah, damn it. I am massively stupid. The Ghost Striker. Cool. Now I can just seal myself in here and take all the stuff, which is not very good. I mean, I guess I could take it. I'm not super big on snipers, but guess I'll give it a shot. But ah. Going for my car. No, suppressor. Is the SLR better? Could you put the suppressor on it? Oh, you can. Interesting. Okay, well, in that case, give me this. Cheek pad. Not enough space. Really? Okay. Oh crap, the circle's closing in. I think I tried this thing once or twice, and I remember liking it. The gun, I mean. Just getting lucky with people dying and giving me their good stuff. Mostly just because I can have it suppressed. So I have a suppressed SMG and a suppressed sniper. So I guess I don't really need anything else. Oh, and there's only 20 people left. And I guess an extended mag would have been better on this, but no one seemed to have them. I don't know how many chicken dinners I have. I want to say like 10. Close to that. And 5 frag grenades. And a lot of Healy stuff. As long as nothing really dumb happens, I might be okay. Wonder if anyone's in that shack. Should hope not. There, let me take this thing off. It's probably too obvious. Unless my opponent is red-green colorblind, which would be super convenient. Man, what a great loadout I have. Suppressed sniper, 4x scope, suppressed vector, the red dot, and a crap ton of heal stuff. As long as nobody crawls up my butt, I should be okay. Sounds very quiet. Haven't heard anybody shooting each other. Okay, there's probably not going to be anybody behind me after this closes in. Someone is not paying attention. I do like the SKS, but... Crap! Oh, I'm the dumbest person on the
Now turn
planet.
to one of the loneliest experiences a person can possibly have.
Did not need any of that stuff.
I think the thing that I was least prepared for in marriage is how
Oh,
lonely
well.
it can be. When things go badly, I mean. And there's this recording of this couple trying to get past all the stuff that's dividing them that I think illustrates really well how hard that can be and what it really means to do it. This recording is from this new podcast in which a real-life therapist records her real-life sessions with real couples who've agreed to be recorded. The therapist is Esther Perel, who's also the author of the books Mating in Captivity and the upcoming The State of Affairs. I've listened to a few episodes of her podcast
boy,
now.
6
and-
pairs of pants.
Okay, my mom was a marriage therapist. She wrote a book about her techniques and research.
Nice.
She did trainings for other therapists. I've been in couples counseling myself with my wife, so I know about this world. And I found listening to Perel to be completely fascinating. She's a very active therapist. I think it's the best way to say it. She talks a ton, takes what the couple says to her, and then kind of says it back to them in this way where it's like she's a LeBron-level basketball player, passing the ball to them and then urging them down the court, running alongside and shouting encouragement and instructions and very occasional razzing along the way. She's such an intense listener that it makes interviewing her a very odd experience. I tried to explain this to her after she and I have been sitting in the studio together for over an hour. I rarely am interviewing somebody. Like, I'm not sure if I've ever interviewed somebody who's watching me as much as I'm watching them.
Yes, especially when your throat chokes.
When my throat chokes, what does that mean?
When I spoke and you would get,
What does that mean when I do that?
when the little polyvagal nerve quivers, it
Yeah.
means that I'm saying something that's reaching you.
She's talking about the vagus nerve, which runs down your neck and into your body. Apparently very revealing. The therapy session that I found so interesting, and all the sessions in her podcast, are a kind of session that Perel does a lot of. She does these consultations where instead of people coming in week after week like normal therapy, a couple will come in just one time for 2 or 3 hours. And then that's it. No more therapy. People fly in from all over for this. Perel only takes couples whose problems she thinks she can make a dent in so little time. And what can you accomplish in a 2 or 3 hour session where you see the people once?
So much. The story that the people come in with is not the story they leave with. That's the first goal.
Yeah.
The second thing is to see if they can actually experience with each other even a glimpse of it, that which they may be longing for. Can they have a different kind of connection, a different kind of experience of themselves and with each other in the room?
And with most of the couples, can you get them to that point? That seems very advanced.
Not necessarily. I mean, with many.
It can make for suspenseful listening, hearing her try to get couples to that point. This particular couple came into our office on a Wednesday morning, this fall, and sat on the couch together. They'd been married for nearly 40 years, middle-class people who met when the woman was just 15. They have children and grandchildren. And then, 3 years ago, the wife discovered that her husband had been cheating on her. Not just like with one person for a few months or a few years, but widely and compulsively for most of their marriage. I mean, like for decades. These were one-night stands, paying for sex, he said. They both said they'd been happy together all those years in the marriage, with a good sex life. And she wanted to stay together if it was at all possible, because she wanted to keep what they'd had that was good. But you know, being lied to for decades. It's like it robbed her of her past. She couldn't tell what was real, what to trust. She told Carell in the session.
So, yeah, I mean, we had a good marriage, and that's why I'm still here. I mean, he was a good husband. He was the best father ever. Always there with our children, always loving to me, and I don't doubt for 1 second that he didn't love me with all of his heart. I never knew anything was wrong.
No, no.
And I don't want to say I'm one of those women who lived in, you know,
Really?
without any peripheral vision. If something came up, I'd question him, and he'd tell me the story, and I'd believe him. Why not believe him? He's never done anything to cause me to mistrust him. Now I look at him, and if he tells me this pen is red, I will turn it 15 different ways today. And that's a huge issue for us now.
We spent a little bit of time in the session. Not a lot, really. And what might have led him into the study. He grew up in a violent home. Saw his mother regularly beaten by his dad, who was beating himself. He witnessed way more than he could observe at home. Carell tells him there are lots of boys who go through that, and then grow up, split the personalities in half, like he'd done. Treat women in one way, turn it away from home, and then be super responsible with the families when they are. He seems kind of wrecked in Victoria. It's only now that he's finally facing the truth about what he'd done.
I wasted 59 years living a mask, living a dual life. It's just, my kids didn't really know me. I was this other person. As much as I was involved with them, I wasn't present in my life. Can't get that back. I wasted my life.
Sam. What?
He just said he wasn't cheating because he was unhappy in his marriage. He said he was happy. He said he didn't love any of his women. And his wife was trying to believe him, that this was a compulsion that had nothing to do with her. But she was also struggling with the fact that her friends and relatives could not understand why she was staying with him after everything he'd done. They judged her. Even her own daughter.
And is she mad at you
Yeah, she was very mad at me.
for not throwing him out?
Well, I did throw him out, but for not ending it. Yeah,
Yes,
they
that's
thought I was weak. They thought I had Stockholm syndrome. They.
I've not been playing exceptionally well today. Why? How did those boots get down there? I thought the clothing didn't spawn in anymore. Oh well. Yeah, I guess that's better. Probably. Hmm. 2x scope is not much. Let's see. Hi. Who's shooting? I don't know where that is. Oh well. It's over there somewhere. That's okay though. Already got most of what I need from the open area. Oh wait. Somebody else has been in here. Yo. Okay, so we've been in that building. Probably not this building. Which is good.
Felt because we've been together so long, they just felt that I was too weak in character. And they didn't like what they saw.
Carl told me that he seeing the wife's isolation, he realized what it was that she wanted to accomplish in this session.
She's decided to stay, and she needs a dignified way with self-respect to feel that her choice is valid. But in order for it to be valid, she needs something from him that I sense she has yet to receive. that he is struggling to give her. And it's that button that I choose to focus on during the session.
And what is the thing that she needs from him?
She needs a degree of accountability and recognition about the pain that he caused her. But now he's so busy with his own pain that he has a hard time owning the hurt that he caused her. So he feels so bad about himself that he can't feel bad for her.
So a lot of the session is Perel trying to get the husband to understand and acknowledge his wife's pain. And, okay, I'm going to play a stretch of this now that's several minutes long from the therapy session, starting from when Perel first brings this up. And what you hear is this very human thing I think all of us in relationships have done. He's not able to take in what they're saying to him at first. And it slowly gets through. A warning, if you're listening to the internet version of our show, we have unbeeped curse words in this version. You can get a beeped version at our website.
How much does he talk about what he did to you versus what happened to him?
I would say he talks more about what happened to him
Correct.
than what happened to me.
I'm sensing that. That is off balance.
Okay.
So listen to her very carefully. Because I think she may have tried to say this already more than once.
I really feel that you talk more about you and the pain you're going through than the horrific pain.
Oh, this
caused
is
me.
just an episode of This
All of
American
your
Life.
pain
This
yourself.
part is
You made choices.
a
You made
crossover
decisions.
segment with a
You
different
put yourself out
podcast,
there.
but I don't know what it's called.
But everything that was done to me is not something I asked for, not something I wanted to be party to. I mean, I know you hurt me, but I don't think you really get the magnitude. Because
Did somebody
it always
drive that
switches
car,
back
or is
to
that...
you.
No, it's broken. Any luck? There's stuff here. Yeah, this all looks empty. I think. Oops. I feel like I heard someone else's footsteps, though. I'm not sure. Ooh, nice gas. Yeah, I think I like it better than the Mini. Ooh. Is that him? Let's see if I can get him. I'm in the zone, right? Yeah. Well, there was somebody here. They took off mostly this way, I think. But don't know where they are now. Nope, just my mouse, not sniffling. Oh, my foot's falling asleep. There was somebody up here. I don't know where they ended up. I wonder if he went down into that. Maybe. Those doors are closed. So that's a good start. Ooh, spooky random music. How's life? Bad. Hey, I got all the pieces on that. Except a better scope. But that's pretty good. God, if I can get like a 4x scope on that thing, or even a 6x, that'd be pretty radical. It is completely kitted out. It's just not zoomed in. Nope. I didn't go into that garage. Not too far from the circle. Scope, 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 scope. No. Okay, I'm pretty sure I didn't miss it if it were here. Was that a scope? No, it's like a pistol or something. Sawed-off shotgun or whatever. Fish is gross. You're gross. You already knew that. It's a red dot site. 2 holographic sites. Is that door open? Or did that never close? Can't tell. No, someone had been in here. Need a better scope. Why? Everything else is good, I just can't see far enough. Anything? No. Someone has to be in that warehouse, right? Right? It's too obvious for them not to be. Let's see. Yeah, this looks like it was, well, maybe it wasn't picked through. Not like I need 7 first aid kits, but you never know. Maybe that was part of the trap. Just leave the first aid kit in the walkway. Like I used to do. And was convinced was very effective. Ooh. Cat cafes are bad. I've been to them, they just smell, and the cats don't like you. It's a novel concept, but like, just buy a cat, then every room in your house is a cat cafe. Oh, someone's getting shot. A lot of people getting shot. Ow, my back. Do I have any? Ooh. Where's that coming from? Oh wait, that's farther. Don't shoot, you're drawing attention over here. I have no cover. Well then again, I guess nobody would be over there to shoot at me. That's the edge of the circle. Someone is shooting over there. Oh, hello. Do you think he sees me? No, I don't think he was shooting at me. Oh crap, I lost him. Oh, hi. Boink. Yeah, I need that. Please don't shoot me, please don't shoot me. Oh my god, please don't shoot me. I don't... Throw these out, I don't need them. Okay, do I need anything else? Yes, good. Suppress it and just run. Okay, I've got like practically the best collection of junk I could ever hope for. Suppressed SMG, suppressed sniper. That's like completely put together. The only thing I'm missing is aim. Ugh.
But
Whoops.
the point of the whole story is...
Before you go,
Oh well.
can you just tell her what you just heard so that we know that it reached you?
that I'm not compassionate to your trauma, and I talk more about my own trauma than your trauma. Is that pretty well sum it up? Talking about it just brings us both to such a bad place, and all it does is bring out anger and hate from you every time I try to talk about this with you.
So, let me try to help you do this in a way that is more healing and less activating.
Have I been invited
Because
to the
you're in a certain
invitational? I have
phase.
not. I don't think.
You've gone from the 59 years
No,
of
I didn't win.
trying to
I
deny
got shot 'cause my aim was
numb
bad.
myself, feel nothing, medicate. And now I'm in touch. I'm in touch with myself. I'm figuring it out. I'm putting the pieces together, and it's making sense for the first time. There is no mask in front of me, and I am so deep into myself. I'm so freaking self-absorbed. It's still more about me. It was about me then, and it is about me now. And now you gotta step out of yourself for a moment. If you attend to her primary concern, then she can attend to your primary trajectory. But she can only do that if there is space inside of her, and that space is created because you are saying to her, how are you doing? From a place of responsibility, not from a place of shame.
I take responsibility.
Yeah?
Be very clear. I take 100%. There is no excuse. There were a couple of
But
reasons.
the problem is that if you go to her and you say to her, I can't believe how I treated you, you have to be able to not say, I feel so bad about me for having done this. It's the difference between I feel so bad about myself versus I feel bad for you.
That makes a lot of sense.
And what she needs is for you to finally step out of yourself and actually be able to say, I feel so bad for you.
I didn't do it to you. I
Ah,
didn't cause you all of this pain in your life, but you caused me all this pain in my life. You have to find a way to help me through it.
I came to you last night. I hugged you. And
And you have to let me say that.
But people, you're gonna help each other. Help each other. You're gonna learn that together. So when you get all upset that he has to, he doesn't know. He doesn't disagree, but he doesn't know. So you tell him what you want. Don't tell him what he has to or what he does wrong.
it's not all the time. Tell me what you want. I'm there. I am all in. I am 100% all in.
I believe you.
I am
You-
self-absorbed. I got to get out of that. It's putting her before my own self and needs. And it's important
It's
for
beautiful.
me.
It's beautiful. But your wife is more isolated than you.
Okay?
And she needs not an apology, she needs an acknowledgement of her experience.
Yep.
It's just that. And you can use the words you want, you can use your body. Let it out.
Was that? No. Why do I need a mouse pad? Don't you like the gritty sound? It's natural. It's what PC gaming should sound like. You're all too used to, like, the airbrushed sound of gaming audio and not the raw, unfiltered gaming sound. Do I have a shiny spot where I use it? No, I don't actually. So far, it just seems like a desk. Still using the IntelliMouse. Absolutely. Microsoft wheeled optical mouse. In fact, it doesn't even have the IntelliMouse brand. I think it predates that. Look, Microsoft just hasn't made a better mouse than this one, and if I find a reason, I guess one day I'll replace it. Probably with the same one. But for now, this mouse works great. Let me drink an energy drink and jump out of the window. Nice. Nah, it doesn't say IntelliMouse on the bottom. It never had any of that branding. It just says Microsoft wheel, mouse, optical, USB, and PS2 compatible. That's it. It's a good mouse. It works. Clicks like a mouse. I don't know what else I'd need from it. It's kind of impressive that whatever, like springs and rubber domes and whatever are in this thing are still springy after like a decade and a half or however long it's been. You would just think at a certain point you would just click down and it wouldn't actually pop back up, but nope. Works for me. The same mouse I grew up playing the Halo demo on PC with lasts me to this very day. Oops. Oh, whoops. Wait, no, this goes there. And that. I don't think a new mouse would feel good. I think it would just feel cold and unnatural. mouse is great. I grew with this mouse. My hand grew. The bones grew to be contoured in the shape that my hand currently is because of all the hours I've spent on this mouse. It's just an RSI. Yeah, but it's a comfy RSI.
I love you.
I know.
I can't imagine what you're going through.
Nope. I need a scope. Scope diddy scope scope.
But I'm here for you.
I like that one Kanye song. Nope.
That was good. Do you understand the difference?
Yes, I do.
So at that point, it seems like he's got it.
You know, nobody ever apologized to him. He has no experience of someone saying, I'm so sorry I hurt you. So it's not something that he knows to do, and that he just sobbed. And then for her too, because until now, see, when she would ask for this, she would also do it with so much venom, so much anger, that it was very difficult for him to come close. It's like she would say, you know, feel for me, but with such aggression sometimes, not that.
And to be fair, like, understandably,
Yes,
she's so hurt
of
and
course.
she's so upset. Yeah.
It's a given. It's a given that she must have rage inside of her. But it's also a given that when she approaches him with that kind of rage, she won't get the kind of care and compassion that she wants. So how do I soften her so that he can soften? Because if she goes at him, then he will stay stiff. And if he stays stiff, then she will remain more angry. And then you are in the same loop.
Nice. There's nothing in here. I think this has been looted. Yeah.
So I give words to what I know she's asking, but because I'm not experienced and I don't have her history, I can do it
Gotta get
without
across
the
the
edge.
bridge.
And when I can do it without the edge, then he can come forward.
And then they can have this new experience with
Yes.
each other, which they haven't been having.
That's the enactment that I'm talking about. I think she actually holds him at that moment.
Oh,
So you go
crap.
through this with the two of them.
Well, that's a
and they
bad
have this
place to run out
moment.
of gas.
And he truly seems to understand. And then
Well, it's gonna close on that island.
next thing that happens is the wife starts talking about her experience. She says, the reason why she's able
I wonder if anybody else got that
staying
crate
with
here.
Kansas, she believes that his self-respect,
They must have, right?
love anyone else. And then she talks about how
Good question. How could you really love me if you did that to me? You know,
and then she says this.
you know,
Guess we'll find out. Nope, was taken.
when we calculated in my
Ah.
head exactly how many years it was, 22 years. 22 years. We were married 36, you take away the 2, you take away the 12, you cheated on me for 22 years. It's mind-boggling.
I didn't cheat on her for 12 years.
It's just
Listen, your
mind-boggling.
wife has just said so many important things, and the only thing we respond to is the calculus.
We go through this all the time as the calculus.
You have to respond differently than what you just did.
It's like he's lost the lesson, and he's talking about himself. He's defending himself. He's not talking about what she's feeling.
Well, I'm going to show it to him again. This has to be repeated, but I actually have a different experience of him. She just said 22 years. And he receives this like,
Probably don't use this. Won't use that. Anyone up to anything new? Or old? Or whatever? Nope. Oh. Quitting smoking, applying to jobs. Good. Proud of you. Quitting applying to jobs. Good. Also proud of you. Started painting miniatures. Good. Proud of you. Okay, let's throw this crap on the ground. My arm hurts. It's like half sore and half like weirdly overly ticklish. It's like my arm can't decide how it wants to feel, so it's just sort of spitting a bunch of sensations out. It's like, I don't know, you figure it out. What arm? The left one. Like halfway down the forearm part. Well, it's hard to explain. Not like, I guess not really ticklish, just more sensitive than anything else. I'm having a heart attack. Oh man, I wish. It's just like a patch, mostly on my arm. It's probably just a bruise. I mean, it looks like normal arm, but who knows? Slap it. I mean, I don't know if it'll help, but... Ow. No, that didn't help. Any other suggestions? Whoa. That was far. Oh, he's all the way on my right. Ah. Getting close there. Phew. Really close. God, this area probably sucks. Everybody has got to be here. Ugh, I don't like the 3x scope. Cuts off too much of your vision. Wait, what? Was that a crate? God, you're all so awful in your own ways. Well, most of you. I need more ammo for the Vector. not go that way. Oh, I don't think this is any safer, but... Oh god, please no sonic arrows. Why in the computer room? There's a dude over there. I don't think I could hit him. Oof. Oh my god, he's in this house, isn't he? Okay, I think that guy shooting at me is dead. I think I could just barely see his crate. Good thing I have my tactical corset, which sucks all my flab in. Nobody can see me. Alright, now I'm gonna drink a bunch of these things, so I just pee. Everyone's distracted. Nobody sounds like they're over there. Oh crap. Oh no, not anime boobs. Okay, well now I have a suppressed sniper. So I guess that's good. Someone's just gonna pick me off once I crest this hill. I thought I saw somebody behind that tree. Maybe not. Oh God, no. Okay, just, you're in the zone, just don't move. Wait, no, don't take the painkillers. Drink this. There's at least one person over there. Oh. There's one person over there and one person over there and me. And I'm pretty far. From everyone else, so I hope I'm okay. I don't have a smoke grenade. Oh, this feels revealing. Oh, no. Crap. Bummer. Oh well. Oh well. Third place. Gonna go lie down or something. Bye.